I like
You don't
sweet
like-
iced tea. Is what I
You don't like
That's the
milk
only
tea?
I like.
You're in the wrong continent.
I don't really
Yeah.
be. I don't really be fucking with coffee like that either.
Well,
Coffee,
my
not even.
college days.
I mean, I'll
Not even
drink
coffee.
it. This is my kryptonite.
Oh,
Chris.
Chris, come on.
Whatever, dude. That's good. Y'all crazy as hell. Ain't nothing.
I know it's good, of course. I mean,
I love that
I've tried-
medicine taste.
You're the first American I actually met that actually liked that stuff.
I like it. But I was also a big. I was also
I
a
already
big Monster
tried.
drinker.
I already tried that when I was in college. Yeah, sure, it gives me energy, but then again, yeah, it's a parabola.
There is a crash. There is a crash to come.
There's a crash.
Like just a
Which
smell
for me is
alone.
good.
The
I
smell.
like the crash. I like the medicine-y taste, man.
Really.
Yeah,
Dude.
I do. Yeah.
We had a rule in the in one of my offices back then, back in 2010, I guess. We don't open that thing inside the office.
Damn.
Holy
Like,
shit!
there's a strict ban regarding that. It's like the same thing with when we were in high school. Like Humpty Dumpty corn chips were actually banned because of the smell. It smells like shit.
When I bought these, when I was buying the ones, right? This big plastic is new, right? Within the last 5 or 6 years, the big plastic ones are new. Before it was always the glass bottle ones.
Yeah.
And I get them and I would just drink it all in one drink. And people that I was with was like, oh my God, your heart's going to explode. It's like, no, this is caffeine. This is not methamphetamine. It's like, it's not bacteria.
Yeah, I give it that. Cobra is nothing like Red Bull.
It's not like Red Bull.
No.
This is a milder bump in energy. Red Bull, I'll be on here like I'm zooted. I'll be like, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder their tagline is like that. Red Bull gives you wings.
It will.
Taking,
But I used to drink Monsters, and Monsters are like this big.
yeah, taking one can of Red Bull makes you do household chores for your neighbor. Like,
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
just to relieve the energy.
Y'all sure you ain't got no dishes that need to be washed?
Want me
I
to
can
trim your
drink
hedges?
Red Bull, but if I would be given that some kind of challenge, because I personally am a noob in a lot of shit, so
I challenge you. I have a challenge for you.
oh.
See how many Jaeger Red Bulls you can do. So Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, you just do.
I remember the last time I drank those, I was by myself and I just had this idea. Like, you know what? I feel like I want Jaeger bombs tonight. And I drank the whole bottle of Jaeger. With,
Holy shit!
I mean, that's not
The whole deer.
that's not really an issue. Like I drink
No.
whole bottles all the time, especially if I'm by myself.
You drank the
What
whole
I
deer.
realized later was, and I kind of in my drunkenness, I kind of got worried because I was like, oh damn, I drank that. I was like, I drank the whole bottle, and then I look and I drank like 7 Red Bull, and I was like, this is not good.
Yeah,
No
that's
one should
something.
drink 7 Red Bull in 4 hours.
That's something you can't sleep off.
No, it's the opposite. It's you have to walk it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would need to do a coffee crawl.
Bro,
Or,
it was
Like this is.
because they taste so good. It tastes like candy.
Yeah, it does. It's
It's
treacherous.
so delicious. But then you realize like, oh shit, I drank
And since
a
Yeah.
gallon of Red Bull. This is not healthy for anyone.
since it's Halloween and Christian mentioned candy, adult trick or treaters can have Red Bull for
Oh,
as
good God.
in their baskets.
Bro,
Good
expensive ass basket.
God. Adults
If
giving
not
out
red-
methamic acids
Yeah.
instead of candy.
Yeah. Salompas.
Salon pass. Yeah.
What is that one? That shit you use? Evanescence oil.
Efficacent oil.
Efficacy.
I call
Every
it-
The
household
Mother
has one.
Superior also uses that.
I hate that thing, especially even if I'm not using it. I hate it. If
Bro,
someone else is using it near me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Julie likes it.
I don't like it.
And
I don't like the smell.
luckily
I
I
don't
have
like
a-
being near it. I feel like it's
Luckily-
invading my privacy. This is my space, and I'm being invaded by it.
She uses it all the time. Luckily, I have a Lola fetish, so it's not a problem for me.
Ooh.
If I always use it, I always use it to relieve my headaches and all that shit, so that I can
Does
get
it
some
work, or
fucking
is it
sleep.
does it work, or is it a placebo effect?
Well,
guess
it's
it's soothing a bit
mentally
to a lot of
it's
people, but
soothing. Yeah,
I just don't like that you can't wash it off for a day.
you can't wash it off easily. Yeah, you can't wash
And
it
the
off. wash
bad
it
thing
off
about
easily.
that is there's been a stigma here in the Philippines that it's normally just used like Bengay for old people. Like when someone actually smells you in the street, they just say amoy matanda, which means you smell like someone old.
Yeah.
I say
like
I'm with
grandpa.
Lola.
I don't know if it's the same with Bengay in the U.S., but it's what's here in the Philippines, what they say about it.
But in the U.S., it's either you're old as fuck or you're an athlete, and it's usually pretty obvious to tell which is which.
I just don't like the smell. It's usually what I smell on buses when people get nauseous. And they try to relieve it
I
by
don't need to-
putting
I hate
white
riding
flour.
I get so nauseous if I don't stare at the highway. Like my motion sickness is pretty intense.
I can't
Shit.
I can't use my phone on any public transportation.
Nope, I can't look down. I have to look at the road. Like I'm talking about, I'm leaned out of the thing, like looking at the street.
Yeah, and
My partner drives, and every time she drives, she wants to focus on the
my
road.
motion sickness is
every-
elitist.
and even-
Every time I ride a taxi, it's okay. But if I ride public transportation, I get nauseous. I don't know what the fuck is up with that.
Same thing with her. Same thing with her.
I get it in taxis if they do like the stop and go shit, like, that stuff.
Traffic,
Like I'll be ready.
traffic here.
It's really not.
Here's
the traffic.
crazy, man.
It's really not
I have-
why they do it.
Yeah, my
'Cause you-
my motion
you
sickness
can-
is bad when I'm in a taxi, and I'm sitting at the back, and there's traffic, and we move back. Start stop.
Yeah.
But when
I
I'm
get it.
in a jeepney, I'm fine. I don't know.
mean-
Maybe it's because of the lack of air conditioning. I get fresh air, as fresh as
I'm
I can
also-
get.
I'm also good in a jeepney, oddly enough. But I don't ride a jeepney for fucking 45 minutes either.
You're gonna be hunched over for the entire
My jeepney rides
entire
are
way.
15
Yeah.
to 20 minutes max.
Yeah. Jeep 1 hour plus jeepney rides is just way too much.
Like I see those guys
Get it from me.
I see those guys on the expressway, and I immediately feel huge amounts of sorrow for the people that are in the back. It's like that's got to be the worst ride.
Question for you, Chris. The longest time you are in the Philippines, how many times have you ridden a jeepney that you actually fit in?
Never,
See?
never. But I mean, if I get lucky enough to catch one that the front seat's open, that's always good.
But then you're gonna have to stretch your legs right outside.
One of them's always outside. Yeah,
One of the
yeah.
and when
And then
you-
the
you
inside,
get
the
put in
inside,
middle.
the Jeep. I hate when I'm getting on the Jeep, and I know I don't deserve special treatment, right? I shouldn't get it, but dude, I'm tall as shit. Don't make me go all the way to behind the driver to sit down. Like, please, like somebody give me a closer seat.
Yeah, I can imagine it's the same case as a tricycle, right?
Yeah, and like I'm stepping on people's feet and bumping into it, and I'm just like, oh, sorry. And it's like,
Yeah.
then I sit down, and it's like, okay, now I have to do that again in a few minutes.
Tricycle is the same thing for you. Have
Tricycle?
you ever sat in the middle seat of a tricycle, near the driver, near the rider? There's a small
On the
seat
back?
there that doubles
Oh, the
inside.
little piece of wood they put down.
No, inside the cab of the tricycle. There's a space there where it doubles as a toolbox for them. Usually made of
Oh.
stainless steel.
You kind of
Have you ever
sit
tried
facing
sitting-
out.
Yeah, have you ever tried
Yeah,
sitting in
facing
that?
out. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. You'd probably kill them if they tried to sit you there.
I don't
Good
even. I
for
don't even
you.
like.
Good
I don't
for
like
you
getting-
that you're not sitting there because
That's the
even a
most
fat
hated
guy
seat.
like me would not fit in that shit.
I
Yeah,
don't like
children are
getting
put
in
on
the
that.
side part.
Yeah, children are put on that seat and they get hit by the handle
Yeah, well,
of the
good.
bike.
Yeah.
But no, I do the back ride if possible, and back on the. I don't want to sit between the driver and somebody else. I want to sit on the back. But even then, I'm like this.
Yeah, because of the
It's
low
like-
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they got like there's something back here that's like jamming me in the back. Tricycles suck.
Ooh. Yeah, that sucks.
The best seat on the tricycle is the driver's seat for sure.
Yeah.
I may try that next time I get on the tricycle. Just, ako na kuya. Mag-rest ka na dito.
Pahinga ka lang.
Mag-navigate ka na na.
Anyway. Anyways, everyone. Welcome. We are live. Greetings, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Paper Straw Podcast live. With me are my co-hosts, Christopher Anthony Short and Ian Joseph Reunion. I use your full name. I don't know what's up with me right now.
Yeah, I don't even know because you're you're calling us Chris Short and Ian Reunion in previous episodes. What's wrong with you?
Maybe I have long name envy. Like I only have two.
You don't have a middle name?
I don't have a middle name. I have
Well,
a middle name, which is a middle initial, but a second name aside from Christian.
second
I don't
name.
have any.
Yeah, you're talking about the second name, not
I was supposed to have a second name, but it was stopped by my dad because my mom was actually supposed to name me after her ex. So
Why on earth
What
would
the
anybody do that?
yeah. So
Unless
it's
her ex was killed saving like a bus of children, she shouldn't be passing this name on. You know what I mean?
reminds
Like,
me of-
it's a non-starter for an argument.
oh yeah.
of
Well, I was
course.
just talking to some people earlier, and I think it's interesting. You guys call middle name what we call mother's maiden name,
Yeah.
right? It's your mother's last name becomes your middle name. So she was asking me because it was a census thing, and she's like, "Do you have a middle name?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's right there. It's Anthony." And she's like, "No, you." And I was like, "No, we don't do that." She's like, yeah. I mean, you can. Obviously, there are people that keep both names. Like, it does happen, but it's a hyphenated last name. It's not a middle name.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different culture on your end, Chris. Yeah, because normally here, Philippines, we also
Spanish
use
though,
we also use our mother's maiden names.
It's a Spanish
So-
thing, right?
Not a
Yeah,
lot
it's-
anymore.
it's- well,
Not a lot anymore. During the internet age, not a lot of people actually post their middle initial.
well,
You might
there are
notice it.
still-
It's just two
Yeah.
names. The first and the last, and that's it.
Yeah.
The maiden name is forgotten. But I want to
But,
look at when this actually happened.
yeah, but anyway, I'm actually a deviant on that trend because I have a letterhead
Yeah.
where I put my name, Ian Joseph Reunion, E Umandap, which is my mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the I'm still using the Spanish style,
Yeah.
at least on
So
the
what
letterhead.
happened? My mom was never married. So what happens if your mother was never married? What name do you throw in there then?
The
Like my
name
last
of the
name
child?
is my mother's maiden name.
Oh,
There's a law here in the Philippines back then that if you're not married, you can't actually take your father's last name. But it was amended sometime in the 2000s where you can actually opt in, even if you're not married, you can actually choose to take your father's last name.
Yeah. There's
So
a
it's
yeah.
basically the choice of the mother to actually give the child the father's last name with consent, I guess.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So yeah, just to keep on brand in what we're doing here.
Uh-huh.
You want
Like-
to
Like what I wanted to talk about
I'll
today
set up the
is
spot.
this.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I posted an article, I guess about when was this? Yesterday. But it's been a trend in the United States regarding upcoming elections, and I think it's more like a tradition now. I will be sharing it. Full screen. Or better yet, I'll share it on screen, so it's fun. You can see our
Yeah, that would-
reactions.
Yeah. Surprise us.
Surprise you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So
You've got to be kidding me.
right?
Mm.
It's every election. This is so
Every single time.
fun.
So what do they? I'm always curious. Like, I don't know enough about this. Like, what do they get from hacking data, phone data, right? Like, what are they expecting? Are they going to sell it? Like, what are they expecting to get from this?
I don't know. You got me in this.
I don't know why they do this.
Like there was a report regarding Chinese hackers targeting Trump Vance's phone data. But there are also reports regarding the Kamala Harris camp being targeted.
That's the thing. I don't think it's a partisan thing. I think they just target the election in general. Like, they don't really care. And it's probably, it says Trump and Vance's. It's probably everybody on staff.
Yeah. It's not just
Both
Trump and
sides.
Vance, but everyone else involved in the campaign.
Yeah, I would imagine. Kids, cousins, nieces, nephews, like this, I'm sure. And of course, this makes headlines because nobody gives a shit about anybody else, really.
I mean,
And
it's
you
a
guys
few
think
more
we'll be
days.
seeing-
It's a few more days till the U.S. elections, so everything's ramping up.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what the end goal is for hacking somebody's phone data. Like, if you went into my phone, what would you get? Phone numbers, maybe some messages.
Perhaps publicity.
I mean, there's really, some pictures, like, I guess, but obviously a normal person may have some things that could be embarrassing or whatever it may be, but a politician, obviously, they're not going to do anything for the most part, I would imagine. This day and age, I don't see them like, you're not going to find a picture of JD Vance in drag on his phone. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to. It's not going to be there.
Yeah.
They're too smart for this now. Maybe back in the early 2000s, you could have caught a picture of, Kamala Harris with a ball gag, but it's just probably not going to happen.
With a
now.
what?
Not a ball
What?
gag.
Yeah. I
Oh,
heard it the
God.
first time. I just
Really?
wasn't sure.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Like Doug Emhoff with a strap on, like getting pegged. Like, you never know.
Christ, now I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah. He looks like somebody likes to get pegged. Tim Walt's giving him the business.
Do you think, like, who benefits from this? China?
And before we go on, I also remember the recent, I don't know if it's a recent tweet by JD Vance that he fucks couches. I don't know.
Like,
Tim Waltz does?
No, JD Vance.
Fucks couches?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Is that a
I
thing?
think that, I think that was that news story emerged in the aftermath of the RNC.
Oh God, I don't know. Is that even a thing? I don't even know what that means. Is that a metaphor for something? Like what?
Maybe.
I don't know what that. Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
Yeah,
at least
let
it's a
me
couch.
Let me read the
Yeah.
first. Let me read the first part out. Like, a Chinese state-linked hacker group has allegedly targeted the phone communications of former President Donald Trump and Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance in a broad espionage campaign focused on high-profile U.S. targets. According to sources familiar with the matter, additional hackers reportedly targeted individuals linked to the Harris-Walz campaign and senior officials with the Biden administration. So it's also the Biden administration that are actually being hacked.
So everyone's fucked over.
But I don't. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand why. What's the point? What are you trying to get?
Yeah. Another big
Dirt?
question in this is, who will be capitalizing on this? Will it be Trump or Harris? Like, remember what happened to to the Wicked Witch of the West Wing?
We already know that Joe Biden's in bed with China. We already know this.
That's not a good picture.
The Democrats are in bed with China. Like Eric Swalwell was dating Fang Fang, who ended up, and it's not like
Yeah.
Ling Ling, her real name, Fang Fang. For real. They were involved, and she was determined to be a Chinese spy.
So she's much worse than Alice Guo?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Alice Guo.
Oh, the
You're
shit
living
here?
in the
Oh, yeah.
Philippines and you don't know Alice Guo.
Yeah, I do now. I do. I didn't know that's how you said her last name. I thought her last name was Guo or something.
I didn't even know about her until all this stuff actually happened. Like, why are they chasing after Sunshine from Meteor Garden?
Yeah.
What did she do?
I don't really understand that whole thing, to be honest. Like, she's a mayor, but she's Chinese, or what is it? Like something? She's like a Chinese plant?
It's not far-fetched because a lot of Filipinos here are actually of Chinese descent. So it's
Well,
hard
so-
to actually.
But to be fair, these Chinese Filipinos are more Filipinos than Chinese. They have Chinese
Yeah.
heritage, but they are basically Filipinos. They basically know how to speak all of our Filipino languages.
they-
But she became mayor.
Mingle with society.
Yeah, they
But Alex Guo is absolutely different. She's a fluke.
yeah they
right?
basically
I was-
became Filipino here because this is where they made their riches. You're
So
gonna
if-
love the place where you mine your gold, by the way. So
So what happened with her? I know she was mayor, right?
Mhm.
So what's the problem?
she was basically outed as not being a citizen, right? Which actually disqualifies her from the mayorship. And she was actually found out to be having ties with China.
That's the whole thing. Is she
Was it
got
the
voted into
communist?
office without being a citizen?
Did she have ties with the Communist Party?
Perhaps.
I feel like that's just
Why
rape.
wouldn't she? Why would she mess up with our politics if she's not a member of the CCP?
Maybe she just cares about the city.
I don't know. But
I mean, why do
just
mayors
come to
mayors
think of
become
it,
mayors?
Come to think of it, Pambantarlac, where she was mayor, is somewhere near the illegal Chinese operations in the town of Porac in the neighboring province of Pampanga. So
Is
That's,
her city
that's a
like
plus-
near?
that's-
Is it a coastal city?
no, it's not a coastal city. It's inland.
Does it have an airport? That's what I'm saying.
The
Like, I
nearest
don't
is Clark.
understand-
The nearest airport is Clark.
Right, but I don't understand why she's shooting for such small potatoes.
I just
You know what I mean?
I just love that the sense of this is during her trial she's been trying so hard to prove her innocence but did everything that actually makes her look guilty.
But that's the thing. What is she guilty of? Not being a citizen?
Yeah, That's the foremost of the accusations.
Is you're not a citizen. Well,
As
you
well as
can't.
being a Chinese, I guess a Chinese spy. Like
I feel like Chinese spy's been tabbed on her. I don't know if
she's basically Jackie Chan without the box office.
what are you spying on in Tarlac? That's my issue. Like, why are you the mayor of this little bitty city?
In all honesty, and I might catch heat for this, I don't even know why they care about the Philippines that much, since we never actually were into world politics. That we're a strategic point, and we have contentions with with China, right, regarding territory.
But that's my question though. Is if you're the CCP, why are you blowing your load on this Alice chick in this little town that don't really? It's not coastal. It's not pivotal for any reason. It's maybe within proximity to some shady shit that they're doing, but don't blow your load on this. Like, try to get a senator. You know what I'm saying? Try to get somebody in somewhere. And we all know money talks in the Philippines. You can buy citizenship. If she's, you know what I'm saying? She could have done it in a way. And to be honest, it's probably already happened. And look, they're deflecting on this little Alice chick, and it's like, oh, she's terrible. She's not even a citizen. Bro, she's the mayor of a city. Like, she's not influencing any policy. The CCP has no reason to do this.
Yeah, and basically the Philippines is actually influenced more by China at this point, because anyone who
is already here.
Anyone who wakes up at 7 a.m. here and hears taho would understand.
I love taho.
You love taho?
I love taho.
Yeah.
That shit's so good.
Yeah.
But you don't like milk tea.
I don't really be fucking with milk tea, no. I don't like tea. I don't like that taste. That shit's not good.
Like
It's
milk
not
tea is
good.
just
It tastes like-
liquefied taho.
Tea tastes like what it is. Just dried leaves.
And what does taho taste like?
I don't know. It's like tasteless glue with some sugar on it.
Well,
So you'd rather have taste
It's
like
actually-
glue with sugar.
it's actually soggy tofu.
It is sake tofu, which is basically soybean.
That's why you don't buy taho at 11 p.m.
Ooh. Is that even a thing?
Dude, it's been a year now. I haven't had taho here since I moved, because the taho actually comes around to our house at 11 p.m.
What?
Midnight?
Yeah, I've been begging
It's
them
worse.
to pass us.
It's worse in your hood than mine.
Yeah,
Because at the very least, the guy who is selling taho is coming to our street at around 11 a.m.
Oh,
So
that's
at the
late
very-
though for taho.
Yeah, it's late, but it's still in the morning technically. But Christians, in
Yeah.
Christians' hood, it's worse.
and the only one that actually passes here at 7 or 8 a.m. is someone riding a motorcycle. I am not gonna be chasing after that dude with an empty mug.
Yeah. The taho comes by here every morning about 7 something.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah. I mean, I could get you Tahoe at 7 a.m. Christian, and then Lala move it to you, and it would be there before your guy gets there.
It would arrive here at 11 p.m.
Given the traffic, given the traffic in Metro Manila, it's still gonna be 11 p.m. Worse, midnight.
Yeah, I'll take my chance with the tofu here.
But yeah, but like I was saying, like, I don't understand the point of Chinese hacking the phone. It's almost as pointless as the Chinese placing a non-consequential mayor in the Philippines.
But if you think about it, like, every data is currency to the Chinese people.
I see this everywhere. Like, selling your data it's like a gold, like mining for data. Please, if anybody knows, then let me know.
Yeah, we do.
I don't
We
get
do
it.
appreciate. Yeah,
Dude,
we
it's a
do
gold
appreciate.
mine when it comes to
I
businesses.
mean, I understand you can sell it to advertisers, but I mean,
Not even just for advertisers, even for lending companies. Loan sharks. They know who to target. Who has the most bills? Who has the history of actually paying late?
Yeah.
Like, they
Either
sell
way,
this information to themselves, to each other.
yeah. Either way, if you are an IT professional, we are not IT professionals here, and we would love to have your perspective and your professional opinion in the comments below.
Data?
If you're on if you're gonna be watching this on YouTube after the
Dude.
fact, or right here on Twitch right now as we record this live. So we appreciate you if you have any idea about it.
Dude, your social security number's data.
Yeah.
So
They don't
it's
want mine.
currency.
They will
Anyone
steal
who
my
actually
data.
wants to do identity theft can easily actually use you and make a lot of money.
Yeah, in the 21st century, data is currency. Data is king.
And so I can understand
So what
them
did,
wanting this. And during an election year?
So what does the article say about it? Like, what was the point? Like, is there any information?
The funny
as
thing
to-
about this is, based on the information that was actually released, it's still unclear whether they actually got useful data from the hackings. So
Right. I very seriously
So-
doubt they did.
So the information is still unverified at this point.
it's either they failed at getting useful data, or these are two of the most boring candidates the country has ever had. Like, Trump's skeletons are already out there. You don't need to hack
Yeah.
him. You just need to see his
Yeah.
interviews.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, there's nothing they can say. Like, some dude in some Chinese basement is like, "Oh shit, I think Trump is talking to a porn star." Like, we know, bro. We know.
Like, what are we gonna be finding out about Kamala? She has Pilates at 8 a.m. Like,
She's Obama's mouthpiece. That's for sure.
I can understand if they're looking at, because the only way this is gonna be useful for them is if their candidate actually wins.
Oh yeah.
If they're actually
Either
rooting
way-
for a certain candidate, this would be good information for them to actually have. And they might be keeping this data to actually use as leverage for anyone who actually wins. Or at least help someone who actually, if they suddenly found out that, let's say Kamala is actually proposing to be doing a project that actually benefits them or some of their businesses in China, they would probably move in to actually support Kamala and provide her with data regarding Trump's movements during the campaign, who to target, what states are actually in favor of him, what states is he actually going for this coming election, if there aren't any states he feel like he wants to flip.
I feel like these attempts to like harvest data or whatever, it's kind of like magnet fishing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Magnet fishing with a PH, right?
The ones that you find on YouTube where you're
like magnet fishing with an F.
yeah,
Oh.
Like those super strong industrial magnets.
the
They-
ones
they
where they
throw-
usually
they-
find
they throw 'em
grenades
off-
that have been unexploded.
Yeah, they throw them off a bridge. You pull it in. They find sometimes they find guns. They find all
they
kinds-
throw a
they find all
fishing
kinds-
line with a powerful magnet and they pull out a tank. So
I've seen them find they've solved crimes and stuff with those things.
Uh-huh.
still
Like
are those things
unintentionally?
True.
Yeah,
I feel like some of them are staged because
that's a rabbit hole on YouTube that I really enjoy.
it's enjoyable, but I still feel like it's staged. Like just one river has all that.
No, it's I think they really go around. Like, I've wanted to do it here just to see.
Here in Cavite, you'll find a lot.
Oh
I've
yeah.
Because I've heard tales of like gold being hidden and all that stuff.
You'll find a lot of things there, live
And
and
a lot of
unalive.
things, not yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I just want
this
to
is
see your
Cavite.
opinion regarding this because I feel like it's been a trend in the U.S. in the past couple of elections now. Like, it's not a
To hack
complete
them?
U.S. election without the Chinese or the Russians actually hacking you guys.
yeah, I mean, what's with those guys
And
anyway?
With this one, I feel like the reaction is just meh. Like,
Yeah.
again?
I mean, they try to, but I feel like this is all day, every day.
Like this is just your Facebook friend trying to poke you, right?
Right. Speaking of being hacked and then also Facebook, am I the only person that's never had their Facebook hacked?
I haven't been hacked before.
I've never had mine
I
hacked.
I don't know
barely
if I
use it.
have. I don't know if I have been hacked, but I'm doing some active stuff to not be hacked. So that's that.
I'm not. My password is so easy to guess.
Mm.
Dude,
5
do I even
seconds
have
on
a
one of those
password?
password generator things, and it's fucking you're in there for sure. But like I know family members that's been hacked. I got a message because my brother and I don't use the same last name on social media or whatever. It's just not by choice. It just so happens to be that way. And I got a message, and it was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" I was like, "What's up?" And it's like, "Have you heard about this new insurance?" And I was like, "I'll tell you what. If you can tell me where we met, I'll do whatever you want me to do." And it was like, "Oh man, we met in school." I was like, "You're an idiot. We are brothers. Like, you got to do your research, man." And then they cussed me out and blocked me.
Yeah, you wasted their day. Shame on you.
Yeah, I wasted their time. Yeah, like what? How you mad at me, bro? You try to steal my money and you get mad at me because I won't let you.
But he got direct to the point, right? So
You did, yeah. Something about some insurance.
at least he
or
was actually considerate, not wasting your time.
something. Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was like insurance. I was like, my brother and I ain't never talked about no insurance before.
Who
This
does
is the most
with their brother
random.
and sister, right?
It's the most random fucking question. I was like, oh, this is a hacker for sure.
Like, what do siblings actually talk about if there's not any existing family problems? I can't think of one.
Reminisce. A lot of reminiscing, actually.
Really?
Joking about stuff that happened back in the day. Future plans. A little bit of pop culture stuff. Like, did you know? Did you hear?
The sudden revelations that he killed your pet gerbil.
Yeah. I had a gerbil. I hated that fucking thing.
Why even have it?
I didn't want it. My mom brought. She's like, "Look what I got you." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, "All right, that's cool." I don't like touching them. I want nothing to do with them. It would sleep all day, and then it would try to escape all night. So it'd be like this scratching like all night long. And I remember one night, like it was scratching and scratching, and I'd be like, "Shut up!" You know what I mean? And it was scratching, and then the scratching stopped, and I just hear like a thud on the carpet,
Yeah.
and I was immediately like, "Oh shit, he's out." And I had to go from like my bed to like the light switch was on the other side of the room. There was like 2 big steps, just hoping I don't step on anything to get to the light. And then I
You had to
found
ho-
it. Like,
you have
you
to
know
host
what?
a funeral for it.
No, I was like, you know what?
Flush.
You may be the first ever wild hamster.
Gerbil.
I just sat him down in my yard and went back in the house.
Do we have that here, Ian? The gerbil.
Wild hamsters?
Gerbils. Oh, hamsters. I actually took care of one when I was in college for my experimental psychology course. I remember that well because if I am not mistaken, the research that we're doing about that is when we fed the hamster nicotine infused water. So that's that. And the professor that taught that course, actually, I don't know if it traumatized me, but it's traumatic in itself when he told the story of students he taught decades before us, and those students actually offed the hamster in a gory way. Let's just say,
This was for psychology class?
yeah, but this was way before our time. This happened way before our time.
Who's your professor, Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah, for real.
No. It's not him who did that. It's his students. It's his former students from
So-
way back, from heaven knows heaven knows when.
This is a villain origin story we're talking about here.
Villain origin story, I guess. But it's a failed villain because the professor flunked that group that
I would hope so.
used the blender on that poor hamster.
I would hope so.
Oh.
Good God.
It reminds me of the YouTube channel Will It Blend. You remember that?
Oh shit!
Good God. Peter, if
hamster-
you're watching, actually ask Ian regarding the names of these people. I don't know if the statute of limitations actually expired.
But as I said, that was way before, and for the record, I do not condone it. I condemn what happened during that time. It's not good back then. It's not good now.
Yeah, if we keep messing with animals, we'd be getting chihuahuas all over. That's God's punishment for us. And I used to raise them. I used to raise hamsters
Oh,
Really?
in high school. Like I raised blue sapphires and Roborovsky. Then I tried raising a guinea pig. I don't know. Every time I actually hear the word gerbil, I immediately gravitate towards Richard Gere.
why?
Remember that news regarding him sticking up gerbils up his ass?
I remember that.
Right? I don't even know if that's true, but I've been so programmed that if I hear the word gerbil, it's Richard Gere.
Gear.
I don't even know if
Richard-
he actually recovered from that.
They're Gearbles now.
Gerbils. Richard
Richard
Gerbils.
Yeah, that's a good pun.
But yeah. But anyway, back to Trump and them people, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we've been on a very
I'm
we've
much
been
more
a very wild tangent.
I'm much more interested in the tangent now.
Yeah.
Sticking
But hey, y'all
gerbils
wanna
up
you guys
asses.
wanna check out the new epic rap battles of history?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, sure. I've actually checked that out, but I haven't watched it yet. So this is the first time that I'm doing it, and I'm an epic and I'm an ERB fan actually.
Yeah, me too. ERB's clever.
Oh, very.
The
So nice Peter and Epic Lloyd,
one
hit
of
us
the
up.
only other YouTube channels that's still doing content.
Yeah.
Dude, it's ERB's been around for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, they drop these gems now.
Hmm.
Right. But I will
What do you think
I'll
they will be
share-
doing in the future? A podcast?
Maybe.
I'll share this though, and let's get this thing back where it was. Back to the beginning. And
The
we'll
fun
do
of
some
doing it
random
live.
we'll do some random stops and stuff so that we don't get in trouble. Not
Oh, yeah.
random, but
We'll
There's-
stop and start in random points of the video so that
Yeah, we'll
we
tell you if you
uh,
need to pause.
will be- yeah.
well there's
I'll give you-
there's some bars here that are really good.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's go. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Porcelain.
Best wordplay at my supporters. I've got more disabilities than a New York Times reporter. You're a scam. Your whole nomination is a hoax. Party is so pro-choice, they aborted a state's right to vote. That's a
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, there is. I was
Right.
There's some part of me actually wanting Shane Gillis to have done this.
Bro, there's so many better choices, but
This is what we get.
I mean, Epic Lloyd is a great rapper.
Yeah.
Oh. Of course.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't know that Shane
Yeah.
Gillis is a rapper.
If he
You know what I'm
tried,
saying? And
I think.
it's Epic Lloyd. You know, if it's of course he gets Snoop Dogg to play Moses, right? Because
Uh-huh.
why wouldn't you? But I think for this one, there's an actress, or not an actress, there's a comedian that does a perfect Kamala Harris impression. This is not her.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't
Maybe
think
be- Maybe it's because they're having their deadlines. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a production after all.
Who
So
who doesn't?
yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't do a perfect Kamala Harris impression? You just need
Mm.
a stick
But
up your
this is
ass.
pretty good. This girl's pretty good. This
Yeah,
girl's pretty
the
good.
laugh, I guess. That's
Yeah,
the one that's
yeah.
yeah, that's the one that's being
But all right.
judged for the
So the
Kamala Harris.
first couple bars were decent because Trump did say that a New York Times reporter was disabled or whatever, and of
Oh.
course the Democrats don't want this is a whole Roe v. Wade bar,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right? Your whole nomination is a hoax. Oh no.
You've been
This
aborted.
is
Your party's so pro-choice that you've aborted a state's right to vote.
yeah. This
Yeah.
is she wasn't the choice though.
Uh-huh.
She was placed in
She
this
was-
position.
She was
Because
forced
Biden-
into this position.
He was forced
Yeah.
into the position because Biden stepped aside.
Well, because Biden was pushed aside.
I could
Either
argue
way-
that either way she would be forced into this position, and knock on wood, considering the age of Joe Biden.
They say this all the time. I think it's a morbid description that they use, but they for the vice president they always say this person is a heartbeat away from the presidency.
Either way,
I forgot who was asked regarding the vice presidency thing, and his answer is the only way for America to actually have a female president is for them to run as a vice president.
And then get pushed into.
Yeah, it was a famous person that actually said this.
Yeah, you're right, and I don't remember who.
I can't recall his
And
name.
I think that's an asinine statement, so we're not going to give him.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not going
We're
to
not
put
gonna give him platform for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because a
that's
lot
not
of countries actually did it.
It's been done.
It's been
Yeah,
done.
it's been done.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
don't
been
think
done
that-
here. It's been done here.
I don't
Right?
think it's the issue. I think the issue in America is who they put up there. Hillary, horrible candidate. Just as Secretary of State, horrible candidate. Kamala Harris, empty vessel, as far as I'm concerned. Like,
Yeah,
Tulsi Gabbard. I would vote for Tulsi Gabbard in a heartbeat. Carrie Lake. I would give Carrie Lake a vote. I don't know her well enough, but I do like what I've seen so far. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Any woman but
the-
Kamala Harris.
well, it's the not any, but it's the women that they offered up so far. Like, no, bro, we don't want these people, woman or not. I don't want this person.
And nothing against Kamala. Like, the only exposure that she's had regarding politics while she was VP wasn't actually in the U.S. It's in other countries.
Yeah,
So she's been into in the Philippines a couple of times now. Like, are we gonna be voting for her, even though she does well here?
does she speak with a Filipino accent when she comes here?
Well,
'Cause she tends
Unless-
to do that.
unless you're the only one, unless you're
Is she
gonna run.
Drake all of a sudden?
Mm.
Unless you're gonna
Good
run.
morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my campaign.
Campaign.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good Filipino accent, right?
Hey, your Filipino accent is much better than mine. So
Well, all right. Let's
Shame
keep
on
it
me.
moving. Let's keep it
Yeah.
moving. Or this video will be an hour long. But yeah. So it's a hoax. All right. Oops.
Nomination is a hoax. Your party is so pro-choice, they aborted a state's right to vote. Pencil pushing pussy bones. Think you can scare me with prison? Get your mugshot. Let your mugshot. Then come talk to me about convictions.
That's good.
that's good. That's
That's
good.
good.
That's regarding his attempted unaliving, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
attempted the ear clip.
Trump has bars.
And then also his mugshot.
Oh yeah, the mugshot
the
too. Yeah.
mugshot.
Yeah. Try getting your mugshot and your mugshot.
Mug.
You know, yeah, because
Yeah.
like mean mugging, right? Mug is like
Yeah.
slang, for your face or whatever, which is again a bar. And then she talks about her convictions or whatever. He's like, then come,
Yeah.
then you scare
Yeah.
me with prison.
Can I just say, not enough orange.
Not enough orange.
Not enough orange. That's the.
Not enough
That's
orange.
Not enough orange.
Yeah. That's not. That's Epic Lloyd's fault.
Yeah.
Not
This is
enough
more
The
orange.
cool
wig.
ranch. This is more cool ranch. Donald Trump. We need nacho Donald Trump.
I need
Not
Mar-a-Lago
Donald
Trump.
Trump.
I need Mar-a-Lago
I
Trump.
mean, yeah. I mean, he's a redhead, so why the hell does he have a hair like this?
This is-
Hairline like
What we
this?
got here is Home Alone Trump. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But all right.
McAllister.
Yeah. Let's keep it going. Home Alone 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
You scare me with prison, get your mugshot, then your mugshot, then come talk to me about convictions to the radical left. You should be embarrassed the way you divide our country. I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. You're in.
Hmm.
What the
Let's,
fuck?
let's talk about that.
Can we just address really quick? Can we just address really quick the dance moves here?
Yeah.
Right here.
Convictions to the radical left.
Hey, hey.
Country. I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. Your inflation's got our nation clipping.
Yeah. Do we have any evidence regarding that?
Uh-huh.
The Camel Toe Harris thing. Is there any evidence regarding that?
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't seen anything really.
Or is he just accusing the Democrats of actually getting into bed with the Saudis?
or maybe that's just.
No.
Maybe that's just.
The Camel
Yeah.
Toe Harris was a weak. I find it as a very weak. I've seen it in the comments a lot, and like people, it's very weak attempt to make fun of her name. Like it's not even that clever, really. And like I said, there's really no evidence. Like there hasn't been like a viral image of anything. So like for me, just because it's Kamala and Camel are
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
relatively similar,
Yeah. Relatively similar when it's pronounced. Yeah.
it's not a good joke for me. I like Kamila, like the communist. I think that's kind of good.
Well,
But
you're
Camel
the
Toe
American.
Harris-
You're the American here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I don't think it's good. I think it's clever.
It's
Right, but
Witty.
Camel Toe
Could've
Harris
done
to me is
better.
not clever.
It's
It's
Trump.
too.
Witty is another word.
He could
It's
have
too
done
far
better.
away. Yeah, could have been better. Yeah,
Could have given her a porn name like Kamala Harris.
yeah, yeah. Camelot and her Harris.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah. Let's continue.
But anyway, yeah, the Camel Toe Harris. And it's not. They didn't come up with this. This was something that was popular online. So they use these things. But for me, Camel Toe Harris is a terrible attempt at being clever.
Get your mugshot, then your mugshot, then come talk to me about convictions to the radical left. You should be embarrassed the way you divide our country. I'll call you Camel Toe Harris. Your inflation's got our nation clipping Tupac. While it's thinking worse than a wet lab and whoop, I had every American's
Okay.
401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in and don't.
Okay, so what nothing really exceptional there, but I do think the flow switch, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They got help on
yeah,
this.
that's.
I feel
This
like
is-
they got help on this.
This is good. I like this.
I mean, Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd can make bars like that,
can.
but they would need some help
Yeah,
for this one.
but I think the flow. I watched this earlier, and I think he switches the flow up one more time, and it's pretty good, even better.
401k thriving. Stock market's higher than the planes full of migrants you fly in and don't even try to deny the cognitive decline you were hiding. Wrap it up, Joe, like it was Wigan and Biden. I'm here to teach you what losing to a winner feels like as pets. I know how to drop a mic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mike Pence, no
Mike
longer
Pence.
his president. Yeah, ask
Yeah.
Pence. I know how to drop a mic.
I immediately,
And
I
That's a
immediately
good.
think about that Eminem bar. Mike and Pence will be destroyed.
yeah. And the weekend at Biden's. That's a deep cut, maybe for the old heads.
Yeah, it's He's been
If you've
using
ever
it so much, like the Weekend at Bernie's thing. Like he's
yeah, if you've
basically.
ever seen Weekend,
Weekend at Bernie's.
I've been saying
yeah,
this
right
for
when
so
he
long. If he loses to this, he's gonna be losing to a cadaver. So he should win this.
yeah.
Bernie fucking Sanders.
No. Weekend at Bernie. Have you seen the movie Weekend at Bernie's from the 80s?
No,
That's the
but
one.
but
Weekend at Bernie's. They prop up their dead
Dead friend,
friend,
uncle. Yeah,
so that,
just to,
so
just
that-
for a free vacation.
for a free vacation. So the entire movie they're carrying around this dead body.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's 80s cinema at its best, bro. It's top tier 80s cinema.
If you're gonna be
Because
pissed that you're gonna be
I
spoiled,
thought
it's the
I
80s, by
really
the way.
thought I really thought that it's also a reference to Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders is also as old as shit. Old
Bernie
as-
Sanders is old as shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't
But
show it. That's the
I think
difference.
and if you talk to anybody that is bipartisan or at least has a healthy outlook at politics, most people appreciate Bernie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he keeps getting screwed over by the Democrats over and over and over. He will get screwed over by the Democrats.
Even AOC.
You know why I like? You know why I like Bernie? He goes on the show for the other camp.
Mm,
Unlike other Democrats, he actually goes to Fox News or to debate with them to actually
Yeah.
argue their point. Because there's no point in actually marketing yourselves to your
Not
party.
even-
They're gonna be voting for you anyway, right?
right.
Not even Chuck Schumer can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, anyway,
even Obama did it.
We love Bernie. I love Bernie. I think Bernie's great. I don't agree with everything, but I think he's good at what he's meant to do. I don't
Has
know if he
Obama
would
done
make a
that
great
during his
president.
campaigns, Chris? Has Obama done that?
No.
Go to Fox News during
No.
his
Well,
campaigns?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't remember. Maybe. Kamala did it recently.
Wow, good for her.
I think that's-
She talked to Brett Baer.
A lot of Democratic candidates actually fail in this.
They do. They do. I mean, because they have that bubble. They have the bubble of mainstream media.
Dude, a lot of Republicans actually go through to Bill Maher, and he's been making fun of them since the 80s.
Bill Maher, you see Republicans on CNN all the time. You see them on MSNBC. They go in there and get shredded. Of course, they get attacked relentlessly. They get talked over. They get interrupted.
But
they
at the
still
very
come there.
least, but at the very least, they show up.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
effects
you don't
of
see
that.
you don't see any Democrats going on a Fox News or a Newsmax or One America, whatever. All these left or right.
Yeah, and all
you
that
don't see
shit.
it. Don't really happen. But yeah, all right.
Wrap it up, Joe, like it was Wicked and Biting. I'm here to teach you what losing to a winner feels like as Vance. I know how to drop a mic.
I know you're not all ears, but listen up. Dating is the year and level weird. You are gross. You've been bending American decency over a barrel. Get in lazy labor to the bigger like
Okay, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah, that was some good flow.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this JD Vance's beard level weird.
no.
This is very MGK.
That's MGK.
Yeah. Your beard is
Either
weird.
that
Like,
or it was intentional, actually.
just because beard and weird rhyme doesn't mean you should rhyme them together. 'Cause-
Didn't work. What happened to MGK? He got yeeted to another genre
yeah.
just because of that.
Yeah. And JD Vance's beard, not weird.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a typical beard.
Typical American facial hair for a man of his age.
Like we're talking about this, like this is actually Kamala that's actually saying this.
Yeah. True.
It's not really Kamala, but the concept.
Hi, Kamala.
She's blowing you a kiss. We called her mid-kiss.
Hey.
She does look like somebody that wouldn't close her eyes during a kiss. Fucking weirdo.
Suspicious
icon.
much?
Yeah, give me a break.
All right.
Where JD Vance is the year and level weird. You are gross. You've been bending American.
the E. Jean Carroll bar, who just sued and won against Donald Trump for sexual assault, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know the details. Did he finger bang E. Jean Carroll? I don't know. Is that the allegation? I'm not sure.
He has
But
tiny hands. His hands are so tiny, but their
yeah.
hands are great.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand. I don't maybe, but I do know he did lose a case against E. Jean Carroll. She was awarded like some millions of dollars or something. And Trump was like, I don't even know who that is. Who? He's like,
Just give her the money.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have the
yeah.
best hands. My fingers are great. They're so fingered. Sometimes I don't even use 2 fingers. I use 3.
This and the "you are gross." Like I don't know if they did this intentionally because she never really says because you got to look at ERB, right? There's layers usually to these things. So I don't know if they made hers intentionally not great because she normally doesn't say anything of substance. But I just feel like this first couple bars, they're not really ERB level, and I wonder if they did that on purpose.
I guess they
You're
did it on
gross.
brand. Like if you're gonna be
Branding.
representing
Branding.
the personality, it would be
Right.
kind of off base for a Kamala Harris impersonator to actually be bombastic or
Dropping bars.
risque,
Yeah.
right?
Top
Yeah.
dead gorgeous.
She's gotta be safe.
Yeah. But
As
the
safe as a
accent,
pastor.
the interpretation, or the fuck, why can't I? The impression is pretty good.
Yeah, dead on.
I have to say.
Yeah. Good pick still for Nice Peter. And
I
everyone.
might
Yeah.
argue a much better candidate.
I might argue. You're
Hi,
right.
Kamala.
Yeah. Well, at least hi, Secret Service.
She's not gonna be watching this.
Maybe the Secret Service is. That's what they do.
Who are we anyway?
Who's gonna be watching
yeah.
this?
By the way, if the Secret Service is watching, I want to know: did that lady ever find her gun holster? She was struggling in Pennsylvania, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Over a barrel, getting lady labor, stepping girl like a girl in that big creepy house with our secret snacks and aisles. From documents to pedos, you spend too much time with aisles. Happen.
Okay.
So he got in trouble. The FBI raided his house.
Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah.
He was stuck with a
Yeah,
bunch of
Mar-a-Lago.
documents from the White House.
Because he had a bunch of
Probably-
documents.
At least he's
But
bringing
they-
work home.
But under the Constitution, he was protected as president. Joe Biden, who was only vice president, did the same thing. No protection, and nothing happened.
Oh.
Was actually deemed not fit for trial due to cognitive issues. But that's as far as it went, and no one ever pushed that. Hey, he should be. If he can't stand trial, he should not be president. That's as far as it went.
Yeah.
Which-
I've heard of that shit.
It's insane. The dual justice system is crazy.
Politics.
And they also say
And the politics.
that they also Democrats like to say that Trump hung out with Epstein. From what I understand, he did not.
My question
He's
is
not
who
on-
didn't?
He's not on the
Diddy
flight.
has.
Who
didn't?
did?
Diddy has more possibility of hanging out with Epstein. I guess.
Now Epstein and Diddy were direct competitors.
Yeah. They were running the same yard.
Yeah.
So-
Except, yeah. But that's a pretty good bar though, you know. Secrets or pedos, you hang around with a lot of files.
but I feel like that's been overdone over the past year. So
It's not, yeah.
the impact is actually
Even in-
much tamer.
And even
Compared to
even
what
in
we
this
witnessed.
year, come on. Oh,
Yeah.
This year got a lot.
Yeah. But all right, let's see.
Big creepy house with our secret snacks and aisles. From undocumented pedos. You spend too much time on file. Happen. Sleepovers with Laura Loomer. What's going on with you? Can't you afford more than Timu Melania?
Oh.
I love how people are so quick to poke fun at Melania. She is a supermodel. Second, she speaks I don't know how many different languages. She just wrote a book.
I
Like,
think Melania is has some kind of ethnicity, if I'm not mistaken.
oh yeah, she's Eastern European or whatever it is. West, yeah.
Armenia.
I don't know where she's from. She's from over there somewhere.
Yeah,
Slovakia or
if you think about it, these first ladies.
Slovenia
No,
or
no,
something.
no. I stood corrected. I think the Kardashians are Armenians, but
Oh
I'm not.
Jesus Christ, bro!
Yeah.
Don't confuse the Kardashians with the first lady.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I know that Melania Trump has an ethnicity, and I know as well that the Kardashians have their own ethnicity. It's just that I don't know which country it is, but I do have an idea that
Yeah.
the Kardashians are Armenians.
First,
So I don't know.
first time I've seen him. Like, what is the girl from Wheel of Fortune doing in the White House? Like,
Mm.
she
And you know
does
what's crazy?
She does look like Vanna White, right?
Yeah, well, I had a crush on Vanna White so hard when I was
Who
in like
doesn't?
when I
Who
was in like
didn't?
elementary school. I love Vanna White so much. But it was always interesting to me how the first lady, arguably Melania, is the hottest first lady in history.
I guess
Jackie
that's a
O.
good.
Jackie O.
Yeah, Jackie O would be a close
A clear
second
contender.
or direct competitor.
But Melania got no love.
Then the
No
third one would
Vogue,
be
no Home
Michelle
and
Obama.
Garden. Okay, no Diddy, but all right. They say
She's the only case of a first lady actually getting younger throughout the term. So
you were asking about evidence of camel toe Kamala. Look up Michael Obama and tell me what you see.
kids, don't look that up.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And
It's a-
kids, what the hell are you doing here? This is not your podcast, okay? Let your parents watch us, but not you.
No, you guys
Yeah,
watch,
that-
like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Share.
Yeah, the thing about the first ladies in the U.S. is I find it weird that they have been judged so hard over the past years, or in history, by the way.
They get judged almost as much as the vice president.
Yeah, and if you think about Melania, you also have to think about the previous first ladies. Even during the Civil War, if you think about the secrets that these women actually learned and are living with,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
gonna have to live with.
Yep.
Speaking of
everything
Civil
that
War,
she's- everything that she's done, every flaws that she have, are non-consequential, considering these are the women behind the people who actually went through wars and allowed genocide or other shit or assassinations to actually happen.
Yeah.
either way, speaking of the Civil War, I am betting that Abraham Lincoln is cameoing again in this rap battle.
Mark it down.
I haven't watched it, so
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see.
is he? Okay.
Oh, this is okay. Let me run it back a little bit.
Can't you afford more than Timu Melania? You failed in your own city. They ballot box court. You're home alone too. You lost in New York. Oh,
The bar. She really nailed her voice in that part. She really nailed it. So much so that it
Down to
I
the
don't like-
charisma.
down to the
Down to the
charisma.
charisma, down to the Riz.
And when I say
Can't you-
down, I mean really down.
Down bad.
Melania, you failed in your own city. They ballot box court. You're home alone too. You lost in New York. I was there on January 6th. It wasn't fun for me. Just like your bowels, I was evacuated suddenly.
That bar I don't get.
Is he talking about a colonoscopy?
I don't
Is she
I don't know
talking
what
about a
she.
colonoscopy?
I really don't know.
Colonoscopy. What the hell does a colonoscopy have to do with this thing?
There's not even like a history of like of any news of like him having any issues like anything.
That,
Any
that we
issues,
know
medical
about.
or
But
otherwise?
then again, in a couple of weeks now, we're gonna be knowing it from China.
No, but I mean like there's not even been
We're gonna be
like
finding out from China
there's been no like memes or anything about Donald Trump shitting himself.
because it's so juvenile, actually.
Yeah, but I mean like
Yeah, it's
this
so
would be
juvenile.
yeah.
Sorry,
But anyway,
I'm
let's.
sorry. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just.
But anyway, yeah.
For me, just like your bowels, I was evacuated suddenly. Where history's hopeful, presidential hopeful, mood swinging wildly, livestock and truth social. I'm here to build bridges from Texas to Niagara Falls.
Okay, that Walls line, I'll give it
Wall's
to
like
them.
good. Yeah.
I'll give
But
it to
I
them.
mean,
Is that nice, Peter?
yeah,
Impersonating Waltz.
yeah.
Oh,
But I think I feel like Kamala Harris's part in this was subpar on purpose.
Yeah,
This is not ERB level.
she was so perfect. She was boring to a fault.
Yeah. But yeah, let's keep it because I mean none of these bars is like like I don't get the bowels moving.
Yeah,
She
she even
also
cleaned
wants
it
to
up.
build. Yeah, I don't.
That call me crap and red because you're taking a huge loss. Sending worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss.
We all know when he
Mm.
pulled out of Afghanistan, everything went to shit.
yeah.
Oh,
The
so that's
Taliban,
what happens when you don't
It's
have
a
an exit
classic.
plan.
It's a classic SHTF.
yeah,
Like, people were actually knocking Bush for not having an exit plan, but they actually enacted an exit without an exit plan,
yeah, they just exited,
right?
and it was
They
terrible,
didn't
and
even
ended up
they
killing
didn't even
32
close the
of
door
them.
behind them when they
Hey.
left.
No,
Yeah.
the people
Guess
hanging
it's-
from the airplane is the most surreal shit I've ever seen.
I guess it's worse than Saigon. It's worse than the fall of Saigon, I guess.
That's a close. That's a first.
Yeah.
Close second would be the Indian trains.
Yeah, but yeah, we're not going to jump into too much history. We got to wrap this up in a few minutes. Let's keep it going.
You're
Yeah,
taking a huge loss. Sending worse for you than Afghanistan did for your boss. Man handed you everything you ever did. You couldn't make your own way. Couldn't even make your own kids.
That's a deep one. That's a brutal because she doesn't have kids.
Kamala Harris is not a mother.
No, she's a stepmother.
A mother.
Doug Emhoff. Yeah, she doesn't
Oh.
have any children.
Would you? Do you guys think Trump would ever say that?
Yep.
He
Oh.
would. You wouldn't put it past
Maybe.
him.
Wait.
I think
You wouldn't put it past him to actually say that.
2016 Trump would have definitely said it. We get a new version of Trump, like a kind of
A middle ground.
lightly turned down Donald Trump. He's definitely said it in private.
Is this the Donald Trump he would have gotten if he got a second term,
Yeah.
or not? It's still gonna be the same Trump if he actually won back then.
If he had
right?
won, I don't think a lot of his rhetoric would have changed. I think this 4-year break, believe it or not, I guess
Did him
it
good.
kind of makes sense. He matured as a politician, I think.
Wow.
He just did 3 hours on Rogan. I don't know if y'all caught that. Talk about breaking the internet. That shit got 22 million views in like 22 hours.
I mean, it's Joe Rogan. Joe fucking Rogan.
I guess that's,
Even Joe Rogan
that's,
don't post numbers like that.
I guess that's 5% difference too many for him.
Yeah.
So in 24 hours, Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, 22, 23 million. Kamala Harris and who interviewed her? Was it Michelle Obama or somebody else? But in the same time frame, he got like 500,000.
That's too much girl power if it was Michelle Obama. Like
Yeah.
you would think Destiny's Child is actually getting back
Yeah.
together again.
But she does have a really good line coming up that I appreciate.
Boss, sending words for you, then Afghanistan did for your boss. Man handed you everything you ever did. You couldn't make your own way, couldn't even make your own kids.
Your mommy was absent when you were just a little baby. And if she saw you now, she'd wish she were a childless cat lady. If your racist landlord daddy wasn't dead to kill us, seeing me living rent free in your head.
Well,
I like that line.
Yeah,
Although it is projecting.
that's
Projection. Yeah, the projection. I noticed the projection. The
Yeah.
projection and counter projection is just rising and rising and rising and rising.
And I wouldn't think that's how Kamala would have actually said it.
No, probably not. But I'm sure she thought it. And it's not, I don't think she lives rent free in his head. I think Donald Trump lives, because even when he's not president and they still blame him, that's like the definition of living rent free in somebody's head.
Like somewhere George
guess
Bush is
so.
in a silo saying, "Whew, at least it's not me again."
Right, yeah. I mean, they've been in office for 3.5, almost 4 years. And anytime they ask her a question, like, well, Donald Trump did, it's like, bro, he hasn't been there. It's y'all. So
Technically speaking, that is.
I mean, of course he has influence in the Senate and all those things, but they talk about the border is a bipartisan issue. It's like, no, do it by executive order. Like just like he did, close it up, remain in Mexico, end catch and release. These things
Yeah.
worked, and they stopped them, and then they blame him because the border's broken. Like it's
Oh, well.
I guess they'd probably open the borders now that Otani is actually injured. So
yeah. That sucks, man.
yeah,
I'm so sad.
that sucks.
It sucks so bad. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Follows-
Try to finish this
Keep it
up.
going.
MLB.
Yeah. That's another discussion for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't dead to kill us, seeing me living rent free in your head.
well, I know I failed the bar exam after that.
Mm.
I guess yeah, the rap isn't flat.
That's so good.
I was waiting for this to actually be
The
brought up.
the black part thing.
Yeah. Because remember he was actually criticizing Kamala for once telling people her descent was actually Indian, but now she's actually using
Well, she's
the
half
African-
black. Her mother's Indian, her father's Jamaican.
Yeah, but I think Trump's idea back then was she picks and chooses which ones she actually
does.
accentuates depending on the audience she's actually in.
She does. Listen to her rally in Detroit, and then listen to her same speech in Pennsylvania. Completely different accent, depending on the crowd she's talking to.
Oh well.
I can try to do a Jamaican accent, but I won't.
Oh God, no! Please, let's
Yeah.
not. But the bar exam,
No.
right? Because she's a lawyer, and she did fail the bar exam. And also the bars that she's trying to
Yeah.
spit, not that great.
Oh.
Right, so she
Purposefully
failed the
not
bar
great.
exam.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is the layer that you're talking about.
This is the layer, yeah. So the bar, I understand why you failed the bar exam after that. I guess the half of you that's supposed to rap isn't black or whatever. That's
Oh.
clever. That's ERB level stuff.
In all honesty, I know we're just halfway through, but I didn't actually expect this to be to expect. I didn't actually expect doubles to actually be used here.
Ooh, bro. If you want to, actually, maybe I'm hosting Wednesday. Well, I don't want to turn this into a reaction channel, but ERB got
Yeah.
some doubles, bro. They
Oh.
throw some doubles at you.
Oh yeah.
Doubles,
I've been
triples
watching-
sometimes.
I've been watching their content for the longest time. Holy shit.
McDonald's Burger King might be one of the greatest rap battles ever. Ronald McDonald
And,
versus the Burger King. It's
I'm
so
waiting for
good.
the Jollibee
I
one.
particularly like Richard the Lionheart versus Ragnar Lothbrok.
That's also good.
That was
When
good.
When they do the historical ones are really good. But yeah,
Bunch
let's
of
keep
them
it
are
moving.
deep cuts.
Yeah.
Soon after that, I guess the half of you's job is to rap, isn't it?
Oh, good one. You catch him smelling as Lord. You rock the beat softer than Stormy Daniels' temple.
I can't believe I'm giving it a race with this hog. Hope you're in makeup in Ohio, but they're eating the dog.
Is it true?
You remember when he said that
the
during the debate?
dogs and the cats and all
Yeah.
the pets. Oh shit!
Yeah, they're eating in Springfield, Ohio. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's true. There was video. There was a viral video that the Haitian immigrants were like catching and eating cats and stuff.
Dude, you
Oh,
like
boy.
what you like. You can't judge.
It reminds me of the joke. It reminds me of the joke. Filipinos made when iShowSpeed was in Manila. Gosh.
Yeah. But all right, let's keep it moving.
I'm putting you
Hope you're in makeup in Ohio, but they're eating the dog.
Donald, I'm putting you away like a rapist back in Cali. You should leave this battle early, like the crowds at your rap.
Think it's rap.
Yes, well, I've got Taylor Swift.
You're ugly.
You are ugly.
Well, you're a Marxist Jew.
You didn't get.
It's not Lincoln. It's Roosevelt. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Okay, now I might be
Holy a
disappointed.
challenge! Challenge competition.
I'm mildly disappointed because I was actually expecting Lincoln. So
So Lincoln
So
popped
do
in.
I. So
Yeah.
do I.
This he's not as good as Lincoln either. I like Lincoln better. But
Oh yeah.
the first opening line, right as Trump was about to call her a Marxist bitch, here he comes.
what the hell was that?
Moose. Because I remember when Lincoln was when Lincoln was
so
you know
bloody random. Like,
when
Yeah.
Lincoln was doing all this shit, he said,
see,
"Of the people, by the people, for the people, Eagle."
Yeah.
Shout out to Kimberly Michelle Vaughn for
that
Yeah.
you know.
that part with Roosevelt reminds me so much of Kung Fury. Have you guys watched that?
Hold up. What is
What?
this?
That's just an ad for Ground News.
If you want the full range of well-rounded view, please check out our sponsor, Ground News. Give it
Yikes.
Hey, Ground News, sponsor us, please.
Yeah. Sorry, I just played an advertisement for Ground News.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As you were saying, Chris.
No, I mean I think it's great.
I think Christian is also. I think it's you, Christian. Want to say something?
Yeah. All's fair. Love and war.
Yeah.
Yeah. All's
Like
fair
we're
in love.
judging these things like these are actually Trump and Kamala, but it's just so
Yeah.
eerie that it's completely, it's almost accurate to a T in their personalities.
Mm.
It's not like
Even
they haven't said
Roosevelt.
these things.
Even
Yeah.
Roosevelt's character is accurate.
Yeah, that moose thing caught me off guard. Like I immediately went to Kung Fury and Cocaine Bear flashbacks
Mm.
because of it.
But yeah, I thought that was, I seen it. It was just uploaded within the last 24 hours, so it's brand new.
It's a good thing too that I didn't watch it beforehand. Because I really thought it was Abraham Lincoln who would intervene on that rap battle, but it's Roosevelt.
Yeah, America.
Big TR himself.
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks, these two are gonna be your choices.
Yeah.
Live with it.
For Americans. So yeah.
Live with it. And we're gonna
Kinda
be
scary.
dealing with the fallout here in Asia.
Yeah. I mean, at least two Filipinos are really concerned with the fallout. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone should be. This is not to be too. I don't even know what to call it, but honest to God, I believe if Kamala wins, we are staring World War III right in the face. Because
My question for you though is,
have the balls to go after these people. Like an arrogant, narcissistic egomaniac like Trump
yeah,
will go after these ayatollahs, these terrorist organizations, while these lifelong politicians want to do it in the meeting rooms and behind closed doors. And I just don't think in today's geopolitical atmosphere that approach works.
yeah.
Yeah,
My question
but,
for you, both of you though, is like this happened before. If, for instance, Trump actually loses, do you think he's gonna concede this time?
Oh, he don't have a choice. He does. He's already. He does. There's nothing he can't concede. There's nothing to not
He
concede.
still hasn't conceded the last election.
No, and he doubled down on Joe Rogan. He doubled down.
See?
Oh,
So my
yeah.
question to you guys is, this time with Kamala Harris as the winner, do you think he will concede?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You know,
I
my
mean,
one wish right now.
there's a precedence on that. So yeah.
My wish right now if Kamala actually wins, I just love if this happens. If Trump wins the popular vote and Kamala wins the electoral college for a change.
Oh shit, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Because the last time, you remember what happened?
It's the same
The
thing.
Democrats won the popular vote, but the Republicans won the
Yeah.
electoral college.
And they were highly
Not
upset.
once, but twice.
Yeah.
You remind me of the late Susan Roses. Not once, but twice.
Ingat.
May she and Fernando Poe Jr. rest in peace. So,
Yeah, so-
FPJ.
Yes, I think that's the biggest question right now. If he loses, is he still not conceding? Because I understand Kamala, for all the faults of the Democrat, they would. They won the popular vote twice and lost the electoral college, and they still conceded. Like, it would be fun if it was the other way around now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, chances are, it's just scary, man. It's got to be a landslide, or it's really.
It shouldn't be, right? It shouldn't be. Like, even for one vote, you still win. Just for one point.
Either way, watch this space.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time that we are actually witnessing votes actually being judged by degrees.
Right. But yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, it's just been a long ass episode, but thank you guys for actually staying with us.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
on YouTube and catching the replays, catch us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4:30.
Onwards. Who knows?
Onwards, who knows?
Yeah.
We're gonna stop.
knows?
Sooner or later, we're gonna be having programming here that will span the entire day, and we're gonna be wasting your time. So
Yeah. Till our, I mean, we go
it's
in-
not just
we-
wasting your time; it's also wasting ours. So fair
but
game.
we love wasting time.
It goes as far as the women in our lives will allow it.
Yeah, that's
Mine's
why
already
aliens.
given-
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
aliens don't want to play with us.
Mine's already given me the dinner
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching this episode, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube. On behalf of my co-host Ian Rignon, Christopher Short, I'm back to two names again.
Yeah. Good way to tie it in.
Yeah. My name is Christian Tijares, and we'll see you in the next.
Bye, everyone.